Hello, dear friends. Today, some of the topics of chemical engineering we will discuss, which is related to petroleum engineering also. So, basically, a single topic we'll take today, that is octane number, and discuss what is an octane number. So, basically, octane number is arbitrarily allocated as 100 for isooctane and 0 for normal heptane. So, for example, if you take a fuel and say octane number is 80, it means technically that 80 ml of isooctane is there and 20 ml of n-heptane is there in the fuel. So its octane number is 80. So basically octane number gives the anti-knocking property of the fuel. This is what is a theoretical definition for octane number. Now basically if we see into what is practical definition of octane number, it is basically an empirical measure which gives the measure of the gasoline's resistance to auto ignition. That is the practical meaning of octane number. So what is gasoline's resistance to auto ignition? So basically auto ignition is something wherein without the ignition the mixture, the fuel gas mixture, ignites on its own, whereas in a petrol engine there should be a spark engine to spark igniter to ignite the mixture. However, in this case, even without the spark igniter igniting the mixture, there is a auto ignition of the fuel. That is what is called as octane number. It is the resistance to that auto ignition. So auto ignition, it can put an abnormal stress on the piston, and over a period of time the engine may get damaged. So that is why we always specify that if your engine is designed for certain octane number, so definitely you will have to put that minimum octane number petrol, and then only you can proceed. You can put a higher octane petrol but not lesser octane petrol, because there is something called as knocking. So number and what is motor octane number. So many places we can see research octane number, and it's also called as motor octane number, some of the European countries. So basically octane number is measured by running an engine at 600 rpm, whereas motor octane, it is obtained by running the engine at 900 rpm. So basically research octane number is measured at the ambient temperature, whereas the motor octane number is heated up to 300 degree Fahrenheit and then it is measured. Normally the motor octane number will always be lesser than research octane number. That is because the engine is running at a higher rpm and also at a higher temperature. So basically the MON is used in older countries. So basically some of the countries use RON plus MON divided by 2. However, the subtropical countries like India will always suggest you in the RON. So now we will see the practical definition of. So we all know there are 4 strokes of the engine. Basically the suction stroke, the compression stroke, then the power stroke, and finally the exhaust stroke. So what actually happens in the suction stroke is the fuel gas mixture, fuel and air mixture is taken into the piston, and then in the compression stroke the crank moves the piston towards the other end where the spark plug is supposed to ignite. So as the piston moves, the fuel gas mixture gets compressed. So finally at some point the spark ignition is supposed to give the ignition for the mixture, which would ignite the fuel gas mixture. Now as the piston moves, if it were to be a lower octane petrol, before the piston actually reaching the position wherein the spark ignition is supposed to ignite the mixture, because of its auto ignition property, the mixture ignites. So this will lead to the abnormal stress on the piston. So as in the picture you can see, if it is a low octane petrol, the piston has moved only a bit further, but due to the auto ignition of the mixture, it has ignited on its own and led to the abnormal stress on the piston, which is shown by the arrow mark of the moving crankshaft on the both directions. Now the same thing, if we had filled the petrol of a specified octane to the engine, then the piston would move till the end, and then the auto ignition would not take place and spark plug was supposed to ignite the mixture. After the spark plug ignition only, the fuel gas mixture ignites and then the piston moves backwards. So this will not put any abnormal stress on the piston. Similarly, for a high octane petrol, it would be further smooth combustion, leading to the no problems and stress on the piston. That is why it is always specified that we have to go for a specified octane petrol only. Suppose we are putting a low octane petrol in a high octane designed engine, then definitely there will be knocking, and this knocking will put abnormal stress to the piston, and finally the piston will give away and someday we will have to change the engine. So this is what is important about the octane number. So friends, I hope that you people understood what is octane number, and definitely whenever you go to the petrol bunk next time, you'll ask what is the octane number and what is ioctane number. So if you like my video, please subscribe to it, please like to it, please comment to it, and also please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.